Ladies and gentlemen, hello, my name is Mike Rugnetta. As a child, Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley was honestly one of my favorite pieces of music, and perhaps contributed directly to the fact that I decided, or as soon as I learned you could, I decided I wanted to make music for a living for the rest of my life. So I moved to New York, and a friend of mine who was presenting some of my composition work, he asked me which performing rights organization I belonged to, and I responded with the helpful and factual answer of, So I did some research, and I learned that a performing rights organization is a company that, among many other very complex things, monitors the public performance of works by its members. It then arranges to make sure that those members are paid accordingly for those performances. They get a cut, it's called a licensing fee, and the members get a royalty. So almost every musician and composer is a member of a PRO. When they're starting out, they don't really know why they should join, they just know they have to. And I was in the same boat. So I joined the first one I found, ASCAP, the American Society for Composers, Authors, and Publishers, and that was a mistake. Here are some of ASCAP's greatest hits. My personal favorite is attempting to extract a licensing fee every time a cell phone ringtone plays. So because of their politics, I decided maybe I didn't like ASCAP and wanted to leave. It's been about 3 years now, and I'm still trying to leave ASCAP. You can only resign during a 3-month period, starting 6 months after your date of joining. And if they reject your resignation, they don't need to tell you that they rejected it, or tell you why. And after about my 9th attempt at trying to leave, they sent me this email, the subject of which is Safeguarding Your Livelihood and the Future of American Music. In it, they asked me to donate to a fund so they can take Creative Commons and the EFF to court for undermining copyright. So that email was just plain false. That is lies and fear-mongering, and I thought people needed to know, not just musicians and composers, but music lovers too, that this is the way the music industry is doing business. ASCAP's missive indicates that they are desperate, and that the current system is busted. Or maybe it's simpler than that. Maybe ASCAP just doesn't get it. But if ASCAP doesn't get it, and they're the ones writing the checks, where does that leave you or I? Actually, maybe a not so bad a place. The worth and profit models for musicians and composers is changing, and it's not only exciting, but it's empowering. If you think of your dollars and downloads as votes, then you have hundreds of new ways to vote for the work that you like, some of which you can do directly with the person who made it, so it's really exciting for both sides of the equation. ASCAP is built on the old model, with middlemen and middlemen, where chunks of the cash go to some dudes in suits instead of the dudes with guitars. This is the system that we're moving away from, towards a more egalitarian system. And ASCAP is not equipped to reposition themselves for this new system in the least. Sure, they'll always have their big pop hits, but as you and I become more powerful, they want you to think that something is being threatened, that there's a moral question here. ASCAP wants you to think that free culture is threatening someone's livelihood because it's threatening their nearly criminal way of doing business. So here I am. I am one of the people that they are advocating for, one of the people who is supposedly being threatened, and I'm telling you that there is no moral question. I'm a composer, I live in New York City, and I make my living writing Creative Commons licensed music. So, the idea that someone can't get paid for their CC licensed work is false. I can give my music away for free to my fans, but I don't have to. I can license it to someone who wants to use it in a car commercial. If you want to hire me to write music for your performance, I can stipulate in my contract that it be available under a CC attribution license when the show is closed. And if there's a use that a Creative Commons license doesn't cover, the work reverts to copyright. Creative Commons isn't undermining copyright, it's actually expanding it. ASCAP should be working with Creative Commons. It gives their members so many more choices. There's also this really weird misconception that you can use a Creative Commons license to erase someone else's copyright. This is just impossible. This is not something you can do. And towards the end of erasing some of these misconceptions and letting people know that Creative Commons licensed work actually is a really valid business plan, some friends and I have joked about starting GNASCAP, a sort of GNU-style anti-PRO. But we kind of want to chat with a lawyer, so if you're out there in the audience, I owe you one free as in beer. Talk to me, I need advice. If you're a composer or a music maker and you're interested in making the CC license thing work, or if you're someone who I have greatly offended because you love of ASCAP, please drop me a line. I would love to chat. My name is Mike Rugnetta, and I remain a proud member of ASCAP. Thank you.